Well, good morning from the Sir Frank Worrell Field here in St. Augustine as we get ready for the final game of the bilateral series between the USA under 19s and the West Indies under 19s. Of course, Mr. Michael Ragunath away to my left, Samara Ramnath, and Anika Kolon. Over to you, girls.
Heads was the call.
Heads is the call.
Heads it is.
Heads it is.
All the best.
Anika, you've won the toss here this morning. What have you decided to do?
We decided to bowl first.
Reasons for that?
I think the outfield is looking really nice. The pitch is looking pretty hard, but I think our bowling is a really strong suit in our arsenal. And I think putting our best foot forward to try to get a win for this game would be our best motivation.
And how pleased are you with the progress that the girls have shown?
Tremendous progress. I mean, everyone's learning here it's a new team, but I think everyone's gelling together really well, and we're making a lot of progress. And there's a really bright future for our team.
Okay, well, all the best to you, Anika. Samara, you've been asked to bat first. Your thoughts?
We would have bat first. I thought the pitch looks really good for batting, so I thought that the batters just have to go there, assess conditions, and take advantage.
And what are you all looking to better this morning? Couple of good performances in the last games, of course. Different day. What are you all looking to do good today?
Today is just being having intent at the crease. Feeling should be improved as well, and the support on the field.
Okay, Samara. Well, all the best to you. So news from the center here is that the USA under 19s, they've won the toss and they decided to bowl first. Hello and welcome to Sir Frank Worrell Field here in St. Augustine as we get ready for the fifth and final game of this under-19 bilateral series between the West Indies under-19 women and the touring USA under-19 women. I'm Qadir Mohammed, and alongside me is Mr. Astel Wren.
Okay, so am I well all set up here ready? It is okay. Talk to me. All right.
So the news from the center here is that the USA, they've won the toss and they decided to field first because they're going to be starting with the medium pace of Mahi Madhavan, and the opening batters for the West Indies, Asabi Calendar, and Samara Ramnath is back at the top of the order for the West Indies team. Astel, certainly a pleasure to work alongside you. Your thoughts on how this series have gone so far? This one, a very important one, a series in West Indies leading this series 2-1. Your thoughts on how things have gone so far?
Well, thank you all so much for having me, and I must say thanks to Vinu Mamchan again, a old friend of mine, and thanks again for being here at Spec UAE to witness this fifth and final game. To mention you very shortly how the series have gone so far, I think it has been mad with a lot of rain. Heavy rain. The fourth game was totally washed out. Well, at least just 7 more was bowled at the time. But I believe that it was one that more could have gotten out of it. But we but at least we are having cricket today, and it should be an interesting day because as we look at the medium fast bowler comes into bowl to the right hand bat, we see it's looking pretty good.
Yeah, quick single taken there, played out a backward point, And Ramnath was hustling down the striker's end. In the end, she was able to get home. The throw was not the best. And the West Indies are off and running here. A 1 without loss. So Ramnath exchanging a couple of words there. Kind words with some of the USA fielders. This series, of course, played in very, very good spirits.
Oh yes, I must say that because you can see the camaraderie among the teams and among the players as while they were warming up. There was this cheerfulness on the ground. I had the opportunity to walk among the players and onto the ground while they were doing their preparation prior to this start of this game, and it was all a nice feeling, a really friendly feeling indeed.
Yeah, as we see the physio out just running some checks on Samara Ramnath. That throw coming in may have just taken the helmet as she crossed the crease, and so she's just being checked out, and there the helmet is coming off. And of course protocol, a protocol that has been implemented, and those checks are being
Yes, and that is so important indeed. I mean, to run these checks because the helmet has to be in right order. It has to be right for the batter, and at least from a medical point of view, it is the right thing to do because the throw came in with some speed and some velocity.
Yeah, so hope all is well with the West Indies captain. Of course, this final game, good news is that the sun is out in all its glory, and that is definitely a good sign. We've started on the right footing.
Well, I mean, exactly. It is a good sign, but I was looking at listened to the weather forecast last night, and they said hot, sunny, and breezy, and they will have some clouds this evening, and we might have some rain. So I think it was a good toss to win because if you're looking at, you want to take full advantage of the wicket, full advantage of the dry surface outside, and I mean that will be runs on the board.
Yeah, so Ramnath all good, ready to go again. Madhavan, the top of her mark, 2 deep fielders outside the circle, the third, and deep extra cover. Ramnath is just driving this one pleasantly out into the cover region. And she's been so critical, Ramnath, in terms of her batting. You know, she's looked good, she's shaped well, but she's just not gotten the scores that she would have been pleased with. Another opportunity for her today, back at the top of the order.
Oh yes, indeed, and she's looking good. She's at least the ball is coming onto the bat, and there's a nice song to it. But once she comes on the front foot, it looks good because the wicket seems to be a good wicket to bat on. If you can bat, then you'll make some runs. If you can bowl, then you're gonna bend your back and really get some wickets on it. That's what I like about this UE spec track. It is not just a one-way traffic for some players.
Yeah, Madhavan has been good for the US. She's picked up early wickets. Very tidy. A bit of a misfield, and Ramnath is able to come through for single.
Yes, it shows, I mean, the alertness of the West Indies under 19 women cricketers, because that was just a small fumble and they went for a quick single indeed. I must say indeed that Madhavan, she's keeping a good length and line. She's not all that terribly fast bowler, but a medium fast, and she's keeping it right up to the batsman, or the batter instead.
Yeah, good end to the over. A dot to finish. So the first one is done. 2 without loss, the West Indies.
Okay, and I mean at least they will be looking to make maximum use of the power play the first 5 overs if my assessment is right.
For 6 overs.
6 overs, the first 6 overs. Yeah. So at least they're off to a good start, you know, because you need to get a feel and adjust to the bounce and the pace of the wicket before you really go hell bent into it.
Yeah, so Aditiba through the Sama, the off spinner, is gonna pick up the attack, and she's done so throughout this series for the USA, and she's been excellent. 8 wickets in the 4 games that we've had so far.
Oh yes, I'm a bit I'm not too worried or maybe concerned that they open with the off spinner, because that's the normal trend in this form of the game of cricket. You have a medium fast, or sometimes you open with two spinners, because some batsmen at the top, they tend to be a bit loose and they want to go after the bowlers very very quickly indeed. So I think it's a good move to have to have your spinner sharing the new ball. She will not be able to really spin the ball all that much, but at least she'll have will have a hard ball to cope with.
Yeah, so two deep fielders, long on and deep mid wicket in place. And again, she starts on the money through the summer. We come to expect her very tidy, guileful. She's been excellent. She's been a smart operator to both right hand and left hand batters. This time a bit flatter. Showing the propensity to give the ball some air, and of course just to push it through at times. So staying a tad low. Ramnath was on the back foot. Luckily it didn't go to hand. Oh, this one just drifts past the outside edge. Lovely delivery from Chudasama.
Yes, and I think Ramnath was committed on the front foot. I think she was looking for some turn in that one, but that one drifted further away from her, and she was quite fortunate indeed not to have a slight edge on its way to the keeper. But it's been a good over so far.
Yeah, 4 dots from her. This one given a bit more air, driven out, a bit of a misfield at short mid wicket, and so able to cross through. And they would know that through the summer, her tendency is to pick up those early wickets, so they want to be a bit watchful against her.
Yes, and I thought that misfield was uncalled for. It was as we say, an unforced error, because when you have a bowler bowling all that good, you need to keep things very very tight indeed, and it tends to put a lot of pressure on the batting team. But when you give away such an easy single, it eases the pressure somewhat. But it's been a good over.
Yeah, so 2 done, 3 without loss.
Meeting you. It's a pleasure to meet you.
So Madhavan again. Good fielding at cover position. 3 without loss. A very watchful start here from the West Indians.
Yes, like I said before, you need an early watchful start, because the wicket is the ball is coming on. At least it's from the medium fast of Madhavan. It's coming on, but I think they be starting to get a move on soon.
And this one driven out nicely. Protection there, so it's just going to be a single. Again, you could see the intent to find a gap from Ramnath. 3 from 10 now. And this opening partnership so crucial in terms of where the West Indies get at the end of their 20.
Yeah, because I found this series to be quite a low scoring series. I mean, not too many runs have been scored. It's maybe because of the weather condition, because of the wickets, all type of reasons can be given for it. But I thought a little more runs from both teams would have been a better, have the players feeling a little more comfortable, at least the batters, that is.
Piece taken off from Madhavan. The previous delivery we saw ball just scooting through. Bit of a two-piece nature. Calendar had some good starts throughout the series. Out of 33 in the third game. This one driven out. She's going to come through for the single. A bit of a misfield from Shetty. USA captain at the toss. She was no hesitancy in choosing to bowl first, backing her bowlers. We see Sai Iyuni back into the team for this final game.
Yeah, I thought the toss was a bit of it's a crucial toss win because I believe looking at the weather we might get some rain this evening. So one has to look at the weather conditions, and I believe she must have listened to the weather forecaster last night or this morning and decided, well, I mean, besides of the nice conditions we are having at this present time, it might change.
Madhavan again, a good delivery just on the off stump and played away. So just 2 singles coming from the over, 5 without loss at the end of 3.
It's a slow start, it's a very slow start indeed, because at least you want to make use of. But the bowlers have been they have been on target. Malavan had been very accurate, hitting a good line and a good line and length, and plus you have the off spinner in Chasama. She just have one over, but she looks good from the on go. So I believe West Indies batters, they have their work cut out for them to really get things going and to push the scoring along.
Yeah, so it's going to be Calendar to take strike to through the summer again inside the power play. So just 2 deep fielders, deep wicket and long on. Right on the back foot, or was Calendar. Very watchful stuff from these two. It's good to see the application.
It's good indeed, but Calendar, to me, she seems like if she wants to get things going too, she really is looking to find a gap. When every shot she's playing, you can see that she's really trying to pick her spot and find the gaps around the field. But it's been good bowling so far.
It's been good from through the summer.
Yeah,
she's been brave. This one given some air and looking to go big there. Calendar. And just coming off the inside half of the bat. So the US, they've been good with the new ball, both through the Sama and Madhavan. They've not given much. Stick to their plans. Nicely played again. Calendar, this time able to get the single.
Yeah, she came on the front foot and played a nice on drive there. I mean, you can hear the ball hitting against the bat, ball against Willow. It sounded really well. And like I said before, she has shown a tendency to really get on with it.
This one played nicely through extra cover. Does it have the legs to get there? I don't think so. It's going to be pulled up just inside. A couple of runs to Ramnath. Good looking drive. Good from the US as well to chase it all the way. But again, not giving much. Field is set. Nice ring of fielders on the offside. There's a short third, a backward point. Extra cover, and the mid-off. All inside the circle. The leg side, we could see a deep mid-wicket, a long on regulation mid-wicket, and a square leg. Again, played nicely. This one played straighter. Work for Singh to do. And a bit of a hesitation. Ramnath. And in the end, she's able to get home. Calendar was looking as though she wanted a second. And in the end, just a single taken.
Oh yeah, I thought there was a bit of I mean, they should have run the first run a bit harder than that, and I thought maybe both batters believed that the ball would have been hit much getting faster to the boundary, closer to the boundary line, but it so happened that there was a mix-up and Ramdat had to really be really scrambling in the end there. So it was a close call, but all all is well at this time.
Yeah, 9 without loss at the end of 4. So it looks as though Manavan is going to come out of the attack, and Sani Vagela is going to pick up the attack. So just the two of us for Manavan, and then now it's up to Vagela. Another medium piece from that southern end. Umpire Maria Abbott, presiding umpire. And that square leg is Miss Jacqueline Williams. Vagela with a wide start. Bit of a loosener to start with from Vagela.
Oh, yes, indeed, indeed. That one was pretty way outside the off stump. Indeed, I thought she attempted to look for the pace than Lincoln line, Lincoln control. But let's see what happens.
Better delivery. Driven straight back, and Vagela in her follow through is able to hold on the second attempt. And that's the end of Ramnath for 6. West Indies 10 for 1.
Oh, indeed. Just as we were saying, her first delivery was wide outside the off stump. This one was a little closer to the or maybe angled at about the middle stump. And Ramnath came forward, played the straight drive, and it went straight back to the bowler, who on second attempt made it looks a bit easy, but it wasn't all that, because when you're coming down at that pace, running down the wicket to take a return catch is always a difficult one. But she held on to it, and West Indies are now one down. The under-19 team, they are one down. It shows clearly that she was alert to it, and US they have an early breakthrough.
Yeah, and they're certainly happy with that. So Nijani Kamabach in at 3. And so the good tight start from the USA just broken the partnership. Pressure paying off there. You could see Ramnath looking to score. But credit to Vagela, she took a sharp catch.
And that's a big wicket indeed. That's a big wicket for the USA, because Ramnath she's the top of the order, and she is the captain, and she is expected to lead from the front. And she's a pretty good player, a pretty all-round player, good player indeed. And to get that wicket very early indeed, it means that the USA, they will be very, very happy with what has unfolded so far.
Yeah, Vagela would be happy, and Nika Kolon, she too, captain of this team, she'd be happy. And Nijani Kamabach, she has shaped well as well in this series, and she too may have not gotten the amount of runs that she would have expected. Kamabach, another opportunity here. A good start again. You could see Vagela looking to pitch it up.
Yes, indeed. She has learned from after the first delivery that went way outside the off stump. The second one picked up a wicket, and the third one she was right on target, having a Kamabach coming forward and playing a sweetly timed a straight drive back to her. So it's all looking good.
This one driven in the air, but in the gap as well, and this is going to get to the boundary. So in the end, 4 to Kamabach, and she gets off the mark.
So at least Kamabach looking good. She's coming on the front foot, and she's looking to have things rolling along, because it has been a slow start so far. In a fields person, I think Kamabashi will make every use to really to have things.
Deep fielders, long on, and the deep mid wicket.
I mean, I'm just seeing Kamabashi for this over, and I like what I'm seeing her for because she's on the alert. She's looking to really get on the front foot, get there, and play her shots. And from the first ball, the ball sung nice against Willow.
This one crashed away through the offside. More runs here for Kamabach. Could get another boundary, and she does. So a second one in the over to Kamabach.
I think she's in a hurry. She realizes that her team needs to get going, and Kamabash decided just to do that because those are two fine boundaries. She got on the front foot and really put back the ball. I mean, she hit it, and the outfield isn't all that quick. I mean, because of the rain and because of I saw them cutting the grass this morning, but with those two shots, they found the boundary, and she's hitting the ball with some amount of power.
Yeah, so a field change now. Mid-on comes inside, and deep extra cover now in place. And I was wondering, though, we could see Vagela attempting to go outside the off-stump, and the two deep fielders were leg side. See how this delivery goes. This one straighter and clipped away nicely by Kamabach, looking for a second, and she's coming back. Good aggressive running from her. And so 20 without loss at the end of 5.
Well, excellent running indeed. I mean, that one was directed more on the leg side, and Kamabash made use of it because they switched the fieldsman around to accommodate her big hit on the offside, and she played it around and hustled two there. So I think it's been Kamabash looking good. West Indies they're trying to rebuild at 20-1, and USA they are sitting pretty good too because it's after 5. So I hand you over to the illustrious.
Final over of the power play now, and Ritu Singh is going to take over from Chudasama. Good morning to you, Shakira.
Good morning, Kadir.
You
Good
brought
morning,
good weather
viewers.
this morning.
Yeah, I have indeed. I'm happy to see that the sun is shining here at Safran Royal Ground. I'm sure USA in particular are very happy as well. A chance for USA to level the series. They cannot win, but they will be hoping to level the series.
Squirted away through the backward point area. Good bit of work, and another single at Calendar. A good intent shown here by Kamabach right at the start of her innings.
Yeah, certainly. She would have been a bit disappointed with the fact that she wasn't able to score in that last game like Johnny Kamabach, but USA almost played into her hands today. Today they've gone with Vagela from the far end. Last time she bowled from this close end, and she got the ball to in swing to the right-handers. Got Nigel Kamabach out first ball. This time she's gone from the far end, and she's gone back to that line outside off stump, and they've opted to bowl that line with a cover in the circle. So they played into her hands, and she made the use of it. Kamabach.
Yeah, she's again this time cutting, and a bit of a missed opportunity at cover.
Yeah, should have been taken there at cover. USA will be disappointed with the fact that they've let Johnny Kamabach off the hook. Seemed to be a pretty simple chance put down in the end.
Yeah, how big a miss that could be, time will tell. Given here and driven away. Bit of a misfeel again at mid-wicket. And Kamabach here showing real intent. Two deep fielders leg side, deep mid-wicket, and long on are both right-handers.
Yeah, this suggests that Vice Captain Ritu Singh will be trying to target the stumps as the batters to play through the leg side.
Oh, spin. Slow through the air, but extracting a lot of turn there. Ritu Singh.
Yeah, certainly surprised Asabi Calendar, who eventually played it well. But I'm sure Johnny Kamabach and West Indian spinners will be smiling if the ball is turning in the 6th over of this first innings. They'll be happy when it's their chance to bowl.
Slog away leg side, and it's gone all the way for 6. A big shot from Calendar, and she's picked up a maximum here.
Yeah, that's a massive, massive hit by Asabi Calendar. It's the third 6 she's hit in this competition so far, and she's showing real intent, Calendar. Lots of confidence being shown in that shot in particular, taking on that field at deep mid wicket and clearing her quite easily.
Yeah, and you could just see confidence oozing now in Calendar. She's seen Nijani Kamabach come out with intent, and she now is looking to put her foot down. Again, give an air. Mid-off is inside the circle. Another slight misfield. And so the power play done at the end of it. 28 for 1, the West Indies.
Yeah, pretty balanced power play. The West Indies finding some momentum towards the end of that power play, but USA will be happy with the fact that they've gotten 1 wicket, the praise wicket of Captain Samara Ramnath.
Yeah, Captain Colon. She wanted to bowl first. I think she'd be happy with the way things have gone. What is apparent though is that we're not playing on that surface away to the eastern side. It's just a couple of surfaces across, and so this one may be a little bit slower. We see that bit of turn that Singh was able to get. Huge turn just inside the 6th over.
Yeah, certainly it must then be a very dry surface if she's able to extract that amount of turn so early in the game. But that also tells you another thing. It just tells you how big, how massive of a shot that was from Asabi Canada. It means she had to hit it a bit further to clear the fielder on the boundary. So she must be commended. Of course, given the room outside or stump to free her arms. She swung that one high and away over deep mid wicket.
I think that is a shot that she plays well too. Calendar. It's Kamabach. Rispin of Iyumi. This one played away out to deep extra cover. So good rotation of strikes shown now between these two. Be interesting to see how Asabi Calendar looks to play Iyuni.
If there's any turn for Iyuni, it will go away from the right-handed batter. So you want Canada to be going into the shots as opposed to pulling away, like that one. She perhaps could have gone a bit closer to that ball to make better contact. It was very wide though.
I think if she left that delivery, she'd gotten the wide.
It happens sometimes when you're looking to score. Looking to score off every ball. You're looking to make contact as often as possible.
This is better. Powerfully cut away work for deep extra cover to do. And keeps it down to just a couple.
Yeah, she also has to wait a bit longer from these deliveries from Iyuni. She's very slow through the air. Doesn't seem to extract too much turn, but she is very slow.
Yeah, just got to hold the shape a tad longer. What was good though that she's playing with the turn, or the perceived turn. Given a lot of air from Iyuni. Again, another misfield.
A good awareness by Nijani Kamabach was at the non-strikers end on that occasion. She did see the misfield and she thought this could be an easy run because the fielder had to come from extra cover to get that ball. Mid off goes back to long off.
Son again played away. Again another single. Good start here from both batters after losing skipper Ramnath. Good to see Kamabach and Calendar looking to take the attack to the US.
Yeah, these two bat well together.
Coming off the inside edge. Given a lot of air from Iyuni. 7 done, 33 for 1.
West Indies though in a better position than they were in that last game at this same stage before the rain came down. West Indies found themselves 29 for 2 after 7 overs. Of course, we got 7.1 overs in before the game was affected by rain. Eventually called off. Kamabach and Bowman, who played on that day, were the two wickets to fall. Bowman, of course, not in the team today. It's back to regular proceedings for West Indies, with Ramnath back at the top. Kamabach maintains her position at number 3.
Yeah, I see Kirsten Sutherland, the wicketkeeper, also back in.
Yeah, West Indies have probably gone back to what they think is maybe their best 11. They started the tournament with Erin Dean, but she did pick up an injury during the tournament. And they've got Danielle Mans in, a wrist spinner. Dean is perhaps cleared now to play, but she did pick up an injury in that second game, I think.
And this one just down the leg side. Wait on the signal from the umpire. Wides it is.
Yeah, Mans is a wrist spinner. So it means there are 2 wrist spinning options for Captain Ramnath. There's also Brianna Haricharan. Mans hasn't bowled as yet in this competition, but she could be given the chance. There are, of course, a few all-spinning options. Ramnath and Kamabach are options. So it's perhaps more balanced in this West Indies team today.
Oh, spin from Singh again. And maybe just too much spin heading down leg side.
Oh yeah, she did extract a fair amount of turn, a generous amount of turn, I should say. Pitched way outside off stump and really spun back in sharply to Kamabach.
Cut away again, but good work at point.
Captain Anika Coleman keeping everyone up on the offside, asking the right-handed batters to try to play against the turn if they're brave enough.
Driven straight, and again a slight misfield from Shetty at mid-off. US have been slightly not alert in the field, I would say. We've seen them be brilliant in ground fielding today, just a bit on the slow side in terms of that.
Yeah, there have been a few fumbles, a few misfields, and a drop catch so far.
Driving in the gap, beating mid-off. This could run away for 4. Oh, but good work from Shetty, putting in the slide. And a nice couple of runs to Calendar. Good cricket all around there.
Yeah, certainly. Perhaps too full from Ritu Singh on this occasion. We spoke about all the fielders up on the offside and asking the batters to play against the spin. But when it's so full, you're not taking any risk hitting through the offside. But good drive by Calendar and a good chase in the outfield by Chetty.
Not given wide by the umpire. Good delivery from Singh.
Yeah, they're really trying to praise out a wicket here. They know this is a very important partnership to break, USA.
Swept away. Runs here for Calendar. And this is going all the way for 4. So sweeping behind square and picking up another boundary here, Calendar.
Yeah, good end to the over for West Indies. Good sweet shot manipulating the field by Asabi Calendar. There was no one out on the boundary behind square on the leg side. So really good low risk shot to bring up a boundary and end the 8th over. West Indies 43 for 1.
Yeah, we were speaking of Shakira, about sweep shots, and some batters play sweep shot based on length, some play based on line. And that time Calendar putting on line, angle down the leg side and just helping it away. Good smart cricket from her. 8 overs done, 43 for 1.
Yeah, certainly. And that's the reason I said it was a low risk shot, because it was heading down the leg side. So even if she had missed that ball, she wouldn't have been given out, or she shouldn't have been given out LBW, I say. So a very safe shot by Calendar. But we do see the better sweepers play on length. I always admire them, and I've never been brave enough to sweep on length. I would only sweep if the ball was heading down the leg side. So that one, perhaps I would have played a sweet shot. But anytime it was straight at the stumps, I was never brave enough to try it. But I'm a bowler. Calendar and Nijani, they're batters.
She's taking herself away, Shakira Selvan. So Uni with a second over here. Again, cut away. Looking for two here. Kamabach, and she's gonna get it easily in the end. Thing about sweeping from length though is that you could play with the deep backward square fielder. If you sweep it in front of you could get it behind, or you could also get it in front as well. But of course, a lot of skill to do that one.
Yeah, certainly. One of the better sweepers in women's cricket that I would have played with certainly was Deandra Dotting. She could always sweep it very hard in front of square, but then she could also lap it behind square on the leg side. Someone who will be proud of that sweet shot though. In this West Indies setter is Anissa Mohammed, who's been given an opportunity to work with these girls in this tournament. She was a very good sweeper as well.
Generous flight, and Kamabach down a bit of a laugh from her. She may just feel slightly disappointed that she didn't put it away.
She should be happy she didn't absolutely drown herself in that. You only really trying to buy your wicket on that occasion. Threw it all the way up, almost outfoxed. Kamabach lured her into a big shot.
Ken, well flighted. I'm not afraid to give it the air, Uni. A spinner, there is spin in this surface, so once it pitches, it could be a dangerous delivery to contend with. But well played from Kamabach, 17 from 15. So ever since she's come out, she's striking above 100, which is good.
Yeah, exactly the type of intent I'm sure West Indies management would have been asking for.
Hooked away. Another one to calendar here. As mentioned, these two bat well together. Just see, taking with those singles just speaks to how good they bat in partnership. Driven in the air, and another single.
And she just seemed to go across that one slightly at the very end. Maybe she was aiming to hit it back over the bowler's head. The reason she did not make full contact with it, skewed it in the end down to the fielder at long off.
Good into the over. 5 coming from it. 9 done, 48 for 1.
Yeah, lots of batting to come for West Indies. Of course, Jazara Claxton back into the team today. There's also Brianna Haricharan, who's grown in confidence every time she stepped to the crease. But this is an important partnership. It's a partnership that's going well, building well for West Indies.
Yeah, partnership with 38 so far. Coming to that over just before the drinks break. And you know, for some reason, right before drinks breaks, strange things happen.
Right before or right after.
Yeah.
Never quite understood why it happened right before a drinks break though. I understand after, because you have to refocus. But right before the break, you should still be focused on what's going on. Maybe the batters get thirsty.
Maybe. Bowling change here now for the US. Looks like Lika Shetty is going to pick up the attack with a medium pace. First time we've seen her in this tournament.
Yeah, she's bowling with a long on, deep mid wicket, deep backward square on the boundary.
Outside the off stump. Swash from Kamabach.
There's also a deep cover on the offside.
How often we see a seamer bowling with glasses on?
Not very often. I wanted to try it because I'm supposed to be wearing glasses, but never seem quite comfortable enough. I always think it's going to drop off.
This one full clipped away, and in the end straight to the backward square. Not given a no ball by the umpire.
With this field, you do expect Shetty to bowl straight at the stumps, target the stumps, and ask the batters to take on those fielders on the leg side boundary.
Driven aerially, but in the gap. This too could be another couple here for Calendar. 50 now on the board for West Indies.
A partnership of 40 so far between these two. Score was 10 when West Indies lost Captain Ramnath.
This one clipped away. Work to do here, and it's not going to catch up to it. This is going to get to the boundary, so 4 more to Calendar.
Yeah, easily clipped off the legs by a Sabi Calendar, but this is the danger in asking your bowler to bowl straight without a fine leg. There are 3 fielders on the boundary on the leg side. It means Captain Colon has asked Lika Shetty to target the stumps, but it's always so dangerous because if she gets too straight, that could be the result. Perhaps it's worth trying to find a way to get someone at least at sharp fine leg.
Yeah. You'll also think over the offside field, and the short third could come across the short fine. This one again played away nicely, played straight by Calendar. Vagela is after it, and she's pretty good in the outfield, but should have been 2 though.
Yeah, certainly should have been 2 runs. Perhaps coming back, not getting off the mark as quickly as she would have wanted. But well driven straight down the ground by a Sabi Calendar.
Again driven away. This time by Kamabach. So at the end of 10, West Indies are 53 for 1. And it's going to be drinks here at Sir Frank Warren Field.
here at Sir Frank Royal Ground. It's the final 10 overs coming up for this final game between USA and West Indies on the 19th. West Indies, they've recovered a bit, gotten themselves to 56 for 1 after 10. One wicket to fall, that of captain Samara Ramnath. Dismissed for 6, caught on ball by Vigela. You need to continue. It's very full. This one swung away down to deep mid wicket and it passes the diving field on the boundary. What a way to start back the innings by Najani Kamabach.
Yes, indeed. An excellent way to resume the innings after that drinks break. And I believe the West Indies have done well because they were one time at over number 5, they were 28 without for 1, and now they are 60 something, 61 for that is called 60 for 1. 60 for 1, so I think they both batsmen are doing exceedingly well.
Yeah, certainly. And you wonder what the message would have been at that drinks break from the coaches, Robert Samuels, Steve Laibert, and Anissa Mohammed, the coaches of this West Indies unit. I'm sure they'll want to up the tempo, try to get up above 120 at the end of their allotted 20 overs.
Oh yes, I believe when you look at the two batters at the wicket, Kamabach Kamabach and Calendar, they're looking quite good. They're stroking the ball well, and I believe they can up the tempo. The message from the dressing room will be it's time to put your feet on the accelerator, and they will be doing that.
You need to continue. This time she finds the right length and she's able to bowl a dot delivery to Kamabach.
Kamabach from the moment she entered the wicket, she looked good, and she continues to look that way. The ball is hit in the middle of the bat. This one is.
Yeah, and in fact, it's a wicket. It's short and wide by Iuni, and Kamabach somehow is able to get under that one and lift it straight to the fielder extra cover. You can see it looks to be Chudasama who took the catch. You can see Chudasama hiding her face because she cannot believe that her teammate Iuni has taken the wicket with that delivery.
Oh yes, indeed. I mean, it is the commentator's curse. I just mentioned how good she was looking, and she was looking to really step on, and there it is, a long hop. She put a long hop straight into the hands of the fieldsman, and I believe she's very disappointed. She's walking away very slowly from the wicket because she knows she could have done better with that delivery. She should have put it anywhere, any part of the ground she wanted to, but that's how it is sometimes. So when you get a bad delivery, you put it right down the throat of a fieldsman.
Yeah, it was so wide. She, in fact, did very good to reach out and make contact. Unfortunately for West Indies and Kamabach, she picked out to the summer at extra cover. It is the breakthrough. USA were looking for West Indies 62 for 2. Kamabach dismissed for 23. A well-played 25 from just 23 deliveries.
Oh, yes, indeed. 62 for 2 of, you can see 10.5 overs. It's still in a good position, but just as what the USA wanted at this time, because they wanted a wicket right after the drinks break, and they got that because the two batsmen were set and they were looking to move on. But now there will be a bit of a rebuilding process, and we'll see what happens from here on.
It brings the right-handed Brianna Haricharan to the crease, about her who we've spoken about. She's grown in confidence, Haricharan. Every time she steps to the crease, she'll be looking to get herself in as quickly as possible. She does that immediately off the mark with a nice firm drive down to long on. Single to end the over. Good over for USA. 7 runs and a wicket. West Indies 63 for 2 after 11.
Oh, yes, indeed. An excellent over indeed for the USA because they wanted a wicket right after that break, and they got it. And they got the big wicket of Kamabach because who was looking at, like if she wanted to really take things on and put it beyond the reach of the US players and all the US team indeed. But she was really looking good, and I thought she would have scored more runs than this because she, from the moment she stepped onto the pitch, she was looking. The ball hit the middle of the bat.
Yeah, certainly, and it's funny, because Kadir and I, before Kadir ended his stint just now, we were just talking about how often a wicket falls very close to a break. It only took 5 deliveries for USA to make the breakthrough. Disappointment for USA, but now the focus will be on Haricharan and Calendar. Calendar is, of course, going along at quite a healthy strike rate. She's 27 from 28 deliveries. Haricharan 1 from the single delivery she faced. Shetty to continue. USA will have to find a way to build pressure on the new batter. Find a way to keep Calendar off straight for as long as possible, and hopefully for USA that will frustrate Calendar.
Oh yes, indeed. I mean, that could be the strategy going forward from here, is to keep Calendar away from the strike, indeed. But you find that Shetty, she's been doing pretty good. She's been keeping the ball up and keeping a good link and line in this over at least. So we find that that Kamabash will be looking well. I mean, she will be on the hunt, but Chetty will be looking to keep her quiet. This delivery indeed was outside the off stump. Kamabash went for the square cut, missed it, and the keeper took it quite easily indeed. Oh.
Haricharan, in fact, Kamabash has been dismissed.
Oh yes, sorry about that. It is Haricharan, Brianna Haricharan. She's the one that she's there with Calendar. So it is the West Indies on 19. They're still in a good place, as we will say. 63 for 2 of 11.4 overs.
Okay, but USA so far 4 dots in this over from Shetty. This time Haricharan gets across and gets behind it, but she's only able to pick out the fielder at extra cover. But good by USA as well, good by Captain Colin. What she's done is she's brought the fielder in the circle from the deep cover boundary to put that added pressure on Haricharan. Final delivery coming up. It's a maiden, in fact. So excellent by USA and Lika Shetty. Only her second over in this tournament so far, but she's done well for her captain, Anika Colin.
Oh yes, indeed. I mean, the captaincy there was quite good indeed, because she is the U.S. skipper is attempting to put some pressure upon the new bat, which is Haricharan, and she did exactly what she wanted to execute, put some pressure upon, and at least, and by extension, the West Indies on the 19 women's team, they will be under pressure. But you have Calendar at the opposite end. She has scored 27 of 20 deliveries, so she'll be looking to at least to release some of that pressure, to ease that pressure in this over.
Iuni in for her final over. Sharp and wide again. Canada this time plays it along the ground, not wanting to make the same mistake that her partner, Nijani Kamabash, would have made. Almost an identical delivery, but better played by Calendar. And releases the pressure with a full one down the leg side, swept away behind square by Calendar. It will just result in 2 runs, but not the type of delivery Colin would have been asking Iuni to bowl.
Oh yes, indeed. I mean, that was a full toss. So you could say down the leg side, and I believe Calendar didn't make full use of it. She should have put that up at least on the square leg fence. But they got two from it, and that pushed the score along to 55 for 2 of 12.2 overs. So it is still moving along, but I believe they will need to be a little more. Put their feet on the accelerator a little more than what they're doing at this time. But with a new batsman at the crease, and a new batter at the crease, you find that that there will be there will be some slowing down.
Yeah, fielder from deep cover comes into the circle with Haricharan coming on strike. So clear plans from USA to bowl as many deliveries as possible to the new batter. Full toss and signal, no ball immediately by the square leg umpire Jacqueline Williams. Batters deciding to just stay for a single. Calendar wants to take strike for this free hit. Free hit being signaled by umpire Maria Abbott. No.
Yes, I think the bowler was striving to. I mean, she's trying to loop this one, trying to get to to really tempt the batsman, but that one went a bit too high, and the square umpire rightly called it a no ball. So there's a free hit for the West Indies on the 19s.
Yeah, they can't change the field, so they've sent the field that deep backward square back on the boundary. She misses it completely, Calendar. She's disappointed, but it's a chance for 2 runs if she is alert to it. Eventually, she's able to make it by signal by the umpire.
Oh yes, it was a big expansive drive that she missed completely. She missed it. The keeper missed it, and the umpire signaled it rightfully 2 byes. So it takes the score to 70 for 2.
Yeah, well bowled by Uni.
Some of the other, I like the approach of the from all the West Indies under 19 batters I've seen so far. When they come to the crease, the ball is they are middling the ball well. They're looking good.
Yeah, certainly great improvement being shown by West Indies batters throughout this tournament. A dot to end the 13th over. West Indies 71 for 2.
Oh yes, indeed. Like you said before, just mentioned that they seem to be going from strength to strength as the series progresses, and the confidence grew. The batsmen, the batters are looking really good. I like what I saw of all the batters so far. They once they come in, they are stroking the ball well. It's just to find the gaps and to really put the pressure back on the fieldsmen and on the bowlers.
And that's what this level is about. Playing out on the 19 level and these youth levels, it's about improving and improvement and showing that learning has taken place. It's an opportunity for lots of these girls who are playing at this level for the very first time, barring Johnny Kamabach and Asabi Calendar and Jazara Claxton. It's a chance for them to showcase their talent, their skill, and learn, figure out what roles are best suited to them. Of course, it's also a job for the coaches of either side.
Oh yes, indeed. This is an ideal opportunity for most of the players. Most of the
Loud appeal, and she's given. So good pressure being put on by the USA, and Lika Shetty, she gets her first wicket of the tournament. It's the prize wicket of Asabi Calendar. She has to go for 31.
31 indeed. I mean, that one didn't get up at all. That one stayed on the from the bowler's arm. It didn't get up. She went for that big shot, missed it, and maybe it hit it hit the front leg, and the fieldsman went up. The umpire ruled in favor of the fielding team. So West Indies are now they lost their 3rd wicket or their 4th wicket. Their 3rd wicket at 71 for 3 of 13.1 overs. So it is Shetty at least picked up her first wicket. She has bowled 1 for 8 so far, and I mean it is quite good for a bowler. But it was. I believe that that Calendar was looking for a bowler coming up a little more because it was short, and she played across the line, hitting, going for the big shot, missed it, and the umpire ruled in favor of the bowler.
Yeah, new batter to the crease, Jazara Claxton back into the team after picking up an injury after collision in that 2nd game with Nijani Kamabach. Left-handed batter Jazara Claxton, young all-rounder from Nevis, who would have been MVP of the West Indies Rising Stars on the 19 Women's Championship. But you sensed something was coming. You just sensed something was going to give. It was a good spell of bowling by USA's side after that water break. And remember, Shetty bowled a maiden prior to this over. So you sense that Asabi Calendar was beginning to get frustrated. It resulted in a wicket. Praise the wicket of Canada. Of course, she played well for 31. She played well all tournament long. Looked better every time she got a chance to bat. 31 of 34 deliveries. Canada, but a chance for Jazara Claxton and Brianna Haricharan to build a partnership and recover things for West Indies.
Yes, indeed. I think this is the time that that the West Indies will have to be rebuilding because there are two new batsmen. You can see at the crease. Harry Charan came in two overs before, and now you have Claxton at the crease also. So it should be a good rebuilding process, and let's see how fast they can settle down and because there isn't much time.
So 4 fielders on the boundary for Claxton. Deep third, long off, the 2 on the offside, and long on, and a very straight deep mid wicket. Shetty around the wicket to the left-hander. Extra bounce through to the keeper.
Oh, yes, indeed, because I kind of looking, I'm looking now, and the wickets seem to have two pace a little bit because one is this is a nice bounce because Shetty, she's approaching the wicket with the arms pumping, looking good, and then all of a sudden one is just stay a little lower than usual. So at least the batsmen have to have their eyes open and look at things very carefully.
Well fielded at cover. 10 dots in a row now for Lika Shetty, forgive me. A maiden. And she does have the wicket in between as well. She's really stepped up to the plate for her side, pulling things all the way back for the USA. Yeah, that dot number 11. Can she bowl 2 consecutive maidens? It's a rare thing in the shorter format of the game.
Exactly, yes. It is a rare thing to bowl 2 consecutive maidens, and she has been able to do exactly that and picked up
one ball remaining.
And she picked up the valuable wicket of Calendar.
I'm sure Claxton will be hoping to score at least a single, get off the mark from this final delivery. And she cannot. So consecutive maidens by Lika Shetty. It's a wicket maiden for Shetty. First outing with the ball for USA, and she has really stepped up to the plate for a captain, being high-fived from all the fielders around, especially from captain Anika Colin. West Indies remain on 71, having lost 3 wickets at the end of 14 overs.
Oh yes, indeed, and you have Shetty having bowled so well. She has lifted the mood of the US players, because at one time there seemed to be when Calendar and Kamabach, they were going well. They seem to be just going through the motions. Now they have stepped up a little. They seem to be a little more excited because they realize that if they can hold things together, they can keep this West Indies team to a reasonably good total, which they can chase down and win.
Yeah, the rate has dropped to just over 5. When Canada and Kamabach were at the crease, it was just below 6. So USA have found a way to pull it right back. Isani Vagela back into the attack. Loud appeal. Not out, says umpire Maria Abbott. Of course, Iuni has completed her spell.
Need some big shots, Chris.
So the US continues to do well. They are continuing to really keep the pressure on. And let's see what happens going forward.
Too straight on this occasion, way signaled by the umpire.
We have had some good, a good morning, a good session this morning with the but the sunshine seemed to be getting. It has really come out baking this UV spec ground indeed, and really giving some life and some enjoyment to the players, because I'm sure they must have enjoyed the sunshine after having the 4th game almost washed out. Just 7 overs being bowled.
You can hear Captain Colin saying it's not easy to score here now. Pressure is on. USA knowing they're well on top at this stage. It's the reason now. Just 2 fielders are outside the 25-yard circle. Fielder at long on and deep mid wicket.
Yeah, this happens when you have two new batters at the crease, and the bowling is tight, and the fieldsmen are on their the fielders are on their toes. At least you will get a lot of pressure, and they say pressure that bust pipe.
Yes, certainly. West Indies coaches and management staff will be hoping that it does not burst the pipe of West Indies, and these two batters can find a way to rotate the strike and revert the pressure onto USA.
Oh yeah, I think they have the capacity, and they have the ability to do that, because I was after this delivery.
And that will certainly help. It's the second wide of the over so far by Vagela.
Oh yes, like I was saying before, yeah, the West Indies team, the batters, they will find a way, because I was speaking with Anisa Mohammed just before the game got started, and she spoke in glowing terms of some of the players who are under her charge. Oh, nice one.
This one straighter and turn behind square to the field at short fine leg. They're able to cross for a quick single. And the running will be important, especially at a stage like this. You have to run well between the wickets and try to bring the fielders a bit closer to you, and then it becomes easier to maybe bash a ball past a fielder who's in too tight or hit it over the top.
Yes, indeed. I mean, as you rightfully point out, the running between the wickets will be crucial at this time, because you will not like to have too many dot balls, as how Shetty did. He bowled 2 consecutive meetings. That is 12 deliveries, 12 runs. That was cancelled out completely. So you need to really at least look up. If the boundaries are not coming on the 2s and the 3s, then you got to do it in singles.
A dot to end the 15th over. 3 from it. West Indies 74 for 3.
74 for 3. I think it is a pretty good going so far for the US and the West Indies team. Well, they are in the recovery process. They will have to really find a way to get that total up. I see the projected total is they were saying it's now the current run rate is 4.93. They'll have to get that up if they are to get to about 99 or just over 100 or 120 before the conclusion of their 20 overs. But it is a battle that is taking place in the middle, and Harry Charan and Claxton, they are capable of really handling what is being dished out at this time.
Yeah, good 5 overs since the water break for USA. It's just cost them 15 runs and 2 wickets.
Okay, so my stint is over for this time, and I hand you over to the capable hands of Mr.
Yeah, they've really won that period, USA. 15 runs and 2 wickets, and 2 important wickets. Nijani Kamabach and Asabi Calendar, the 2 dismissed. Turn and bounce once again by Ritu Singh, who's back into the attack. Should have been 2 runs. Now there's a chance for a run out. Throw not strong enough. Eventually, Haricharan is able to make it quite comfortably by signal by the umpire.
Yeah, final 5 overs now of this innings. Ritu Singh, 2 overs previously going for 16. Strong breeze across. So Frank Royal field this one driven down to a long one. I think this is the this is the right end for the off spinner to be bowling from. Shakira with this breeze.
Personally, I'd like to see the off spinner from the far end. The breeze is blowing very strongly, like you pointed out, but it does assist the batters with hitting those shots. We did see a maximum being hit by Asabi Calendar with the wind earlier on. But Ritu Singh is extracting lots of turn from this end.
Claxton looking to play a big shot. Yet to get off the mark, Jazara Claxton.
Yeah, just going across the spin on that occasion. Claxton aiming for deep mid wicket. She would be better off hitting that ball through the offside with the turn.
This one coming off a tickish outside it. Still can't get the single. So the pressure on Jazara Claxton here a bit.
Yeah, 8 deliveries and not yet getting off the mark, Claxton. Her return 4 from 17 deliveries. USA pulling things all the way back since the water break.
Going for the audacious reverse, Jazara Claxton. And in the end, still not able to get off the mark by signal by the umpire. So pressure on here, and strange things are happening. Jazara Claxton. This partnership though slightly slowing the momentum of the West Indies. Good from the USA to keep keep the pressure on.
Yeah, and they've kept the pressure on with good bowling, but they've also kept the pressure on with field placement. They've kept the fielders, especially on that offside in the circle, asked the West Indian batters to try to go over the top. 78 for 3 at the end of 16. Projected score now only at 98. And when coming back and calendar at the crease, we felt as though West Indies could have gone up to 120. They still can, but it means that they definitely have to find a way to rotate the strike and at least get back on ball, these two batters.
Yeah, Jazara Claxton, very powerful, and she could be dangerous towards the end of the innings. Madhavan back into the attack. Starts with a wide delivery.
Yeah, Madhavan replacing Vagila. Just 1 over in that spell for Vagila. She sent down 2 overs, 1 for 14. She's just chopping and changing her bowlers. Captain Anika Colon.
This one cut away. Runs here for Claxton. Could be a couple. And in the end, just settling for the single. Harry Charan is short, looking for the second. And Claxton had no intention of going back. In the end, 1 taken.
Yeah, I'm looking at the bowling options remaining for Captain Anika Colon. Adita Chudasama, who's led the way with the ball for USA so far, she still has 2 overs remaining. Ritu Singh, who's extracting a generous amount of turn, has 1. So they could be the bowlers that Captain Colon reverts to close out the innings.
Yeah, you would expect Chudasama to bowl her final 2. Just 3 remaining after this over. Again, ball staying down on its way through to Haricharan.
Yeah, but that's the line that Haricharan has really struggled to play, to counter throughout this tournament so far. Remember in that first game, I think it was Vagila who held the line just around 4 stump at Brianna Haricharan, and she really struggled to make contact. There again, you see her beaten on the outside edge of the bat. And it's because she's quite far away from the ball, and also she's trying to hit the ball a bit too straight as opposed to hitting it squarer. Now, the wider the ball is delivered, the squarer you want to hit it.
Yeah,
of course, she will learn that as she continues to grow in this role.
This time she's able to get the single. Yeah, she would have to learn a thing or two about getting ahead towards the ball. And as you rightfully mentioned, while it is a square, you want to be hitting the ball. Just might be looking to hit it a bit too straight. And the US, they've realized that there is a slight weakness outside the off stump. They've persisted with that line.
Yeah, good planning and execution from the USA.
Down the leg side, looking to sweep. And in the end, a lazy single from the West Indians to finish the over. So at the end of 17, 82 for 3.
Yeah, good over by Madhavan. She's been consistently good, consistently economical for her side. Just a leg by to finish that over. 3 overs remaining, dropped down below 5 now. Her return 5 from 21 deliveries. Jazara Claxton 2 from 11. Claxton, of course, vice captain of this West Indies side. 2 very capable batters. Remember Claxton, she got a half century in that championship. She did score some handy runs. Leading her.
Yeah, she has been good with bat in hand and ball as well. Jazara Claxton, don't forget that. But this is a pretty critical stage here now with Chudasama coming back into the attack. Force.
Yeah, I'm certain the message to the West Indian batters would have been to score off as many balls as possible. Try to score off every ball. 18 legal deliveries remaining, well 17.
This one coming off a thick outside edge. And again another single.
And it doesn't matter how they come.
Yeah.
You want to scrap and scramble and really fight to get at least a run a ball from here.
Yeah.
Forgive me, my math is not very good. I was really struggling to count how many legal deliveries are remaining.
Oh, looking to go right across the line. Claxton coming off the inside edge and down to a short fine. And a couple of runs to Claxton. But I could sense that she wants to get it. She wants to get off here, Jazara Claxton. Loves to play those big shots leg side.
Yeah, certainly. She does love that deep mid wicket area, Claxton. There is a fielder down there, and it is going to be a big hit. She will be hitting against the wind should she make proper contact. She'll be confident in taking it on.
This one cut away, but still can't find the gap.
And
All
just-
the fielders up on the offside, barring long off. This one, Hoyt, leg side, in the gap, and this is running away for 4. Good connection from Claxton, and she picks up her first boundary.
Yeah, that one in the slot from Chudasama tossed up a lot more. Initially, she had been bowling back of her length, but the fielder was also caught off the boundary and had to run back. You don't want to be off the boundary at this stage. You know the batters are looking for boundaries. So a bit of a mistake by the fielder at long on. This time she sent right back onto the boundary. But good hit, good connection by Claxton, her first boundary.
Pulling away that time, Claxton not ready, not quite ready. And so that is the area that she would be targeting. It's against the window. Bit of a risk involved there.
Yeah, she did pick the gap to perfection though, between long on and deep mid wicket.
Oh, cutting again, this time a bit too close to cut. Once she gets proper connection on it, it would carry all the way. She's that powerful. So 18 done and 90 for 3 for West Indies.
Yeah, good over for West Indies. 8 from it. Good over in the context of things. Prior to that over, they've been struggling to score anything above 5 and over. So good by Claxton.
Yeah, they've gotten the rate up now to exactly 5. 2 overs to come.
Captain Colon opting to continue with Madhavan. So it means then that perhaps Ritu Singh is only going to bowl 3 overs today. Madhavan, of course, very economical, just going for 8 runs from her 3.
This one helped away around the corner. Bit of a misfield at short fine, and it's running away for 4 more. This time Haricharan picks up a boundary.
Yeah, well played by Haricharan. You see the way she gets outside off stump to help that one through the leg side. Diving effort by the fielder at short fine leg, but she cannot save it, and it's a boundary for Haricharan. It's good by West Indies so far in these final 3 overs. Perfect way to start the penultimate over as well. It's interesting though. The West Indies, they've only got 2 fielders on the boundary. Long on and deep mid wicket. They are allowed 4. Captain Colon will have to be careful not to over attack at this stage.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's got West Indies on the back foot. Haricharan in particular, who's 10 off 24 deliveries. You don't want to be chasing the ball, a boundary hit, and then all of a sudden you're sending your fielders onto the boundary.
Yeah, especially when you're allotted for outside the circle. A sharp single. Shy of the stumps, and missing there was Chudasama.
Yeah, opted to go for the direct hit on that occasion to the Sama. Perhaps because Madhavan was not able to make it back to the stumps.
Means though that Lekha Shetty would only bowl 3 overs. And she was so brilliant from this northern end. Again, a big shot from Claxton, just coming off the boot, resulting in a dot delivery.
Yeah, certainly Lika Shetty. 3 overs, 1 for 8. And the prize scalp of a Sabi calendar in that spell. Consecutive maidens as well. She's gone to her experienced bowlers. Her opening bowlers.
Zara Claxton just losing all of her shape.
And you can hear Captain Anika Colon saying all over the shot, all over the shot. She's really enjoying her outing today, Colin. Lots of chatter behind the stumps.
All right, back on the stumps there, and she's been given by umpire Abbott. So Claxton, dreadful stake comes to an end as she has to go leg before for 9. At the end of 1995 for 4.
Yeah, and just as Captain Colon said, all over the shot, all over the shot. She played absolutely around that one. Jazara Claxton trying to turn it on the leg side to find a single at the end of the over. Unfortunately for West Indies, she could not make contact, and Madhavan has her first wicket today. West Indies really put on the back foot. 95 for 4, 1 over remaining. Brings Abigail Bryce to the crease. She hasn't done a lot with the ball, but she's been particularly excellent in the field, Abigail Bryce. And it takes you back to 2 games ago when she took that catch on the boundary at Long On. And had she not taken that catch, who knows, USA could be up in this series. It was a catch where she held her composure very well. Could have gone all the way over the boundary. It was going with the wind. She made it look so easy on the Long On boundary, Abigail Bryce. And I did tease her the other day because she's an all-rounder in the Jamaican setup, but she hasn't bowled for West Indies as yet. But who needs to bowl when you can feel like that?
So Chudasama to start the final over. And it's Aritran pulling away to mid-wicket. And it's only going to be 1. So Bryce now gets her chance. Yeah, but she really took a good catch. It was a really, really well-judged catch on the Long On boundary.
Yeah, under pressure as well.
Yeah, game hinging on that catch. And that's what you want to see from these young ladies, learning under pressure, learning on the job really for some of these girls. And you really have to tip your hats off to the way that they've gone about things. You could see the energy when they're practicing and the willingness to learn as well. Drilled away, passed through the Sama. And it's only going to be 1.
Yeah, 2 singles to start the final over. But good by Bryce. She's gotten off the mark immediately. No time to waste. No sighters for her. Fielder at long off comes into the circle. So still only 2 fielders outside the circle when Haricharan is on straight. Dead ball signal by the umpire. This is brave by USA.
Everyone up on the onside, on the offside. 2 deep leg side, Long On, deep mid-wicket.
Well tossed up, and she walks right past it, Haricharan. So brave field setting, but also very brave bowling by Chudasama, who tossed that one up very slowly outside off stump. Haricharan using her feet but cannot make contact, and easily stumped by Captain Anika Colon. West Indies lose another wicket, 97 for 5.
Yeah, as you can see her coming down the track, just looking to stay leg side of it to access the offside. And in the end, just running past that delivery. Good from Chudasama. And the USA have picked up another one, 95 for 5. 97 for 5.
Yeah, certainly. Very good by USA, who've taken complete control of this game since that water break. They've really slowed the scoring and reverted the pressure on West Indies, resulted in the wicket of Najani Kamabach, which really led to a collapse by West Indies. Just 3 legal deliveries remaining. West Indies struggling to get it to 100.
Yeah, they've got to get past that 100 mark. Amrita Ramtahal is the new batter. Just 3 deliveries to go, no time to waste. Left-hander. So we see the offside field coming right up inside the inner ring. Again, 2 deep leg side, deep mid-wicket, and Long On. Again, another stumping opportunity, and she's been given out. So back-to-back wickets here for Chudasama, both going via the stump. And the Ramta allows to go for no score, 97 for 6.
Yeah, Chudasama around the wicket to the left-handed batter and Rita Ramtahal. She got that one to angle lane, bounce and leave the left-hander. Well taken behind the stumps by Anika Colon, who's been having a very good day behind the stumps with the gloves. We're down in the gloves once again, Anika Colon. Remember, she did not keep in that last game. This time she's done in these gloves for her team. She's been excellent. Good by USA. Chudasama on a hat trick.
Yeah, not for the first time in this series. Chudasama on a hat trick. Kenika Kasa, meanwhile, comes to the crease. Does have the ability to strike a long ball, Kasa. Not sure she's got enough time though. Just 2 deliveries to go.
Well, she is accustomed coming in at this stage, Kassar. She knows she has to find a way at least to get a single. They want to get her to 100, West Indies. Bounce and exaggerated turn. Well taken by Captain Colon. Importantly, another dot for USA.
And it's going to be a dot to finish the over. Brilliant last over from Chudasama. 2 wickets and just 2 singles coming from it at the end of 20. Oh, in fact, it's out. Yeah.
Abigail Bryce, a judge run out by umpire Jacqueline Williams. She did try to hustle for a single, Abigail Bryce, knowing it was important to get as many runs as possible. Captain Colon and Chudasama alert to it. Chudasama calling for the ball, eventually running Abigail Bryce out. So West Indies finishing on 97 for 7. 3 wickets to fall in that over and just 2 runs from it. Excellent by USA to pull things all the way back. Remember, West Indies, they got it to 50 after 9.5 overs. 56 for 1 at the end of 10. Final 10 overs only yielded 41 runs for West Indies. And they lost 5 wickets. So excellent by USA. Momentum, obviously, with their side.
Yeah, definitely all the momentum with the USA. So 98 is what they've got to get to for a victory to level this 5-match series. So we'll have the run chase in just a moment's time. So welcome back to the Sir Frank Warren Field here as we get ready for the USA on 19's run chase of 98 to win. West Indies getting up to 97 for 7 at the end of their 20 overs after being asked to bat first. The USA a very good opportunity for them to level up this series.
Oh yes, Kadir, there's all to play for the US at least, and the West Indies on the 19th. They will be looking to really go further in to go further in the series by at least wrapping it up, making sure that it is a completed series for them, while the US will try to deny them that. So it is all to play for in this innings, and as we get set to see the US push on to get 98, 98 is the total to get of 20 overs, it should be an intriguing contest.
Yeah, so it's going to be Selena Ross with the new ball from this northern end. Just a one fielder outside the circle. In fact, two. Deep backward square and a fine leg in place as Ross gets ready. This one outside the off stump, immediately going past the edge. Disha Dhingra and Afia Kazi, the opening batters for the USA.
Good delivery indeed for an opening. Let us say it can be described as a looser. Well, it went pretty good, close to the outside edge. Having attempted a big off drive by Lisa Dhingra, sorry.
So it's Selena Ross again from over the wicket. This one down the leg side. Good take by Sutherland. Getting across. And so the USA off and running. Could they see an extra from Ross? And Selena Ross does move the ball back into the right-handers.
Oh yeah, that is one of the stock ball of our left-hand seamer. The ability to leave the right-hander and to bring it back, and that is the one that is stock delivery that will give the batters some problems.
This one played away through the gap. Runs here for Dhingra. And good chase from Kamabach, pulling it up just inside and limiting it just a couple.
Like I said before, this one was right up there for the shot, and you find that Selena Ross, she took it up to the batsman, and Dhingra, well, she went for it. She played a nice push drive, you could call it, through the cover region, and they picked up 2 easy runs there.
Full again from Ross and delightfully played by Dhingra. This is going to be four good looking runs to Disha Dhingra.
I mean, that is a shot of a batsman, a batter who knows exactly what she's doing, because the ball was right in the slot, and she put the left foot forward, and that was on the full swing of the bat, a sweet swing of the bat that found the cover region. It went through the covers quite easily there. So at least the US are off to a good start in the opening over.
Yeah, not good news here. Nijani Kamabach, after that chase, previous delivery, she's down, and the physio is out.
Oh yeah, so we have to wait and see exactly what's happening to Kamabach and see what is the problem, because she went after it, she chased it all the way down, and see the umpires they are, well, Albert, she's going across to Williams to see to have a quick word, and the batters, meanwhile, they are having their exchange, and they wait to see the outcome of this little incident here. But it's a good start, a brisk start by the US, going after 98. Not a big total, not a total that should create any great amount of alarm among the players, among the visitors, but if the West Indies bowlers can get among the wickets very early, then it will be a very, 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 very intriguing contest, a tight, and it should come down. It should be a tight game in the end.
So Selena Ross, halfway through her first over here, 7 already on the board for USA. This one much better from Ross. Hinter shape back into Dingra. Well played in the end.
Yes, indeed. I sort of fancy left arm seamers in it because they always produce a different type of opposition for you. They can do it both ways, out and in, and then that one that is coming back in, that is the one that batters have to look at.
So again, starting 2 straight. Again, it's going to be called a wide. So not the ideal start from Selena Ross with the new ball.
Correct, but the USA, they have shown their intentions that they're going to be taking full advantage of anything that is loose, and they're going to be looking to have the early runs, early quick runs, and to set the tone and the tempo of this innings.
So one clipped away. There is a fine leg in place. So it's going to be just a single. Ross just not able to start where she wanted to. Couple of loose deliveries, but good on the part of Dingra. Anything that is in her half, she's gonna commit to play. Afia Kazi now about to take her first delivery. Pushed out into the cover region, and so a dot to finish the over at the end of the first one. 9 without loss to USA.
A good start. I mean, when you're chasing down 98 and you got 9 in the opening over, it is something that you could you will take any day. I mean, on any given run chase. 9 per over. I think Selena Ross was a bit too full sometimes, and Dinga played well. That extra cover drive was an exquisite drive that any batter will be proud of. But it's 9 without loss in the first over, and the USA they will be looking at and very, very optimistic about their chances of being victorious at the end of these 20 overs.
Yeah, Jazara Claxton now with the new ball from the southern end. Amrita Ramtahal, one of the deep fielders, out at deep third, the other at deep fine leg. So when Claxton did play a couple of opening games, she was the one picking up the opening attack. Here she is again, Claxton. Wow, starts with a full one that is helped all the way for 6 by Dingra. And it's a no ball as well. So rubbing salt into the wound, not the good start from Claxton, and Dingra has helped herself to a maximum.
Oh yes, indeed. I mean that was a over pitch. That was a really high and bad delivery, and it was given the type of treatment in which such a delivery should be treated. I mean, and Dinga showed that she's not going to miss out on such a gift, and that one went over the boundary with quite ease. And to rub salt, as you rightfully described it, it was a no ball indeed.
So Claxton's got to come back here. Oh, down the track was Dingra, and this one again scooting through. Yeah, there's the evidence of the two-piece nature of the surface.
Oh, yes, because I noticed that during the West Indies with the West Indies innings, two-piece, you got some balls really coming on nicely, and some you got to keep your eyes always open and keep your eyes on every delivery.
This one again opened the face and guiding this one away to point, and another single to Dingra. So she is well and truly off and running here. 14 from 8 deliveries. USA 17 without loss.
She's looking good. She's really looking good indeed. And she isn't missing out on any opportunity, any scoring opportunity. She's going to put bat to ball. And it shows on the scorecard. The score is 17 without loss in the second over. So, I mean, the USA, they will be at least be some smiling faces or some comfortable faces in the dressing room.
This one again outside the off stump. Stark contrast to what West Indies got in their first couple of overs. USA already 17. After 3 overs, the West Indies were just 5 runs on the board.
Exactly, yes, it's true. So the USA, they are sprinting along in comparison to the West Indies who were taking their time and having a cautious look.
So it's going to be given wide. Erratic start here from Jazara Claxton. Something that we don't expect from her. She's very experienced at this level. She'd have represented Leeward Islands senior team. She would have some West Indies A games under her belt as well.
Oh yes, Kadir. I'm thinking maybe I believe I'm looking at her in this over and how she's approaching the wicket. I will expand more on this.
So again, played away straight to Ramnath.
Yes, I haven't seen the first delivery and way in which she's coming, she's approaching. I believe I may be wrong, but I think that maybe she could be switched around and come up instead of coming down this way because she seemed to be her approach is quite quick and she needs to be checked a little.
Oh, right through Kazi. And so Claxton coming back here and picking up a big wicket here. 1 down for the USA, 18 for 1.
Exactly. I mean, as you say, something has happened, and a very good delivery indeed. Right up there, and Kazi, she came forward, and I believe she must have turned the bat at the last moment. The ball slipped through between bat and pad and knocked the middle stump and hit, and it disturbed her 3 stumps. So a good breakthrough indeed for the West Indies. They needed that indeed. Kadir, they needed such a thing like that because the way in which the US they started as a freight train indeed, and you need something to pull them back. And this is a very good delivery indeed, and a good wicket to pick up at this time of the game.
Yeah, good from Claxton, looking to go full, targeting the stumps, and it paid off. Well, in at 3 is the captain of the USA team, Anika Colon. Quite capable with bat in hand. Colon, she led her team well in the outfield, and so she has a job now to do with bat in hand. And Claxton there just coming back ever so slightly in this over, getting the much needed breakthrough for the West Indies.
Exactly, and I believe Colon, the U.S. captain, well, she did a wonderful job as you described during her team's time on the field, and as captain, but she will be called upon really to lead from the front with the bat, and she's coming in at number 3. She has a job to do, and let's see how she will deal with the pace of Jazari Claxton.
Guiding this one away, Colon again, but yes, protection there. So the West Indies have done their homework on Colon. So end of a successful over for Claxton at the end of 2, 18 for 1.
18 for 1 at the end of 2 is very, very, very good indeed. I think the West Indies will be very, very pleased after this second over to pick up a wicket here with the score on 18 for 1. Because the USA, they are chasing 98 for victory, which is not a big total indeed. But once you can pick up the early wickets, the wickets that are very early wickets indeed, then you can put the squeeze on and really tighten the screws coming down to the end in the latter overs. So we see what's happening here once again, and the sun is out brightly indeed. So there's no sign of rain, so we should get a complete 20 overs.
Yeah. Definitely the sun is out in all its glory. So just the 1 over for Selena Ross, and she's been replaced now by Kinika Kasa, who's going to come in from this northern end. Previously, she was operating from the southern end. So switch around of ends for her. Might be a good move with the direction of the wind.
Oh yes, indeed. And I think Kanisha Kasa, she's one that has been highly talked about, and much is expected of her.
There she is, Kasa. Good delivery to start with. Dingra is just turning this one leg side and picking up a single. Very good start from Disha Dingra now. 15 from 9 deliveries.
Oh yes, and Casa is is from a cricket playing family. Her father played cricket, her uncle played cricket. All of them are play cricket, and she's from the northeastern area of way somewhere around Sandy Grand area, around that area. I believe her exact place is Tamana. So her family, she's from a cricket playing family. So you find that let's see what she can do here because she's highly talked about and much is expected of her. Not a bad start with the first delivery.
Oh, making some bounce there. Kenika Casa, like she usually does, looks to hammer the ball into the surface. That time, getting big on Colon. Well played in the end.
Exactly. I mean, it shows that Colon has some batsmanship in her. She knows she played that well. She ride that delivery that came straight at her, and she wasn't too disturbed about it. Sure.
This time cutting away straight to Claxton at point. Nice ring of fielders on the offside. There's a short third, a backward point. Extra cover, mid off, a mid on, a mid wicket. A deep backwards goes just come inside the circle and a fine leg. Good variation there from Casa, pitched up delivery. Pulling things back here is Kanika Casa. Just the one single in the over so far. You want to close this over off. Good delivery, a quick single taken though by Colon and she gets off the mark.
A very good single indeed. It shows that the US captain, she is thinking and she's on her feet and she's looking to at least squeeze out every single delivery. That was a sharp single and they completed it well.
This one cut away again, but straight to Ram, not at short third. End of a good over from Casa. Just the two singles coming from it. 20 for 1 at the end of 3.
Excellent over indeed from Casa. I mean, and what I observed is that she has been able to generate some bounce. You know, she, as you said before, she likes to hit the deck very hard, and the ball comes to the give the batsmen, the batters, some uncomfortable moments. And this year she has been doing throughout those 6 deliveries. There's 3 deliveries, and the score is now 20 for 1. It shows that the West Indies they have pulled things back, they have checked things a little, and let us hope that they continue in this vein.
Yeah, so another over for Jazara Claxton. And why not? Because she picked up a wicket in a previous over. Not the ideal start, but she closed off the over well. 9 and a wicket from her first over.
Yeah, you find that happens sometimes with some bowlers. They tend to be a bit expensive in the opening over, the overs, but they're picking up wickets. And I think the captain sometimes looks back and say, well, I mean, they've been expensive, but she had been taking wickets, which is very important.
So again pushed away, but a well packed offside field. And they've plugged that gap for Anika Colon. Her release shot is just to open the face and guide it down to third. But they've plugged that gap. Short third is inside. There's a backward point and the extra cover. Cover and the mid-off, all on the offside.
Yes, I think Clarkson is now beginning to get into her rhythm, the type of rhythm she wants, and the length which she has been striving for. It looked like if she was looking for that in the opening over. Didn't get it, but at least pick up the wicket. And this time around, she has been her rhythm looks nice, and she's approaching the wicket quite easily and hitting the deck with some steam.
Wide given on that occasion. Yeah, very boisterous Kirsten Sutherland behind the stumps for the West Indies. A lot of encouragement for her players, as we normally would expect from wicketkeepers. They are tasked with the responsibility of geeing up the bunch.
Exactly. I mean, that is a part of their job specs. Is to keep everybody on the toes and keep encouraging the entire team. As Clarkson again, she's coming in and really doing a fine job in this over. She's not giving anything away. And we find that the wicketkeeper is there, is really drawing them on, keeping them going, and having every single player thinking about what will happen in the next delivery.
Shimmy across to the offside, and a wide given down the leg side.
That's a kind of I always have a debate with that, because here you are shimmying, you are coming to the offside, and yet the ball sometimes is just about middle, going further away. Had you stayed there, you might be able to play it.
Yeah, some of the reserve
Yes.
players making their way across just with some refreshments. It's a very hot day.
Yes, indeed.
This one flicked away in the air. Ross is not gonna get around on 4 to Colon.
Yeah, that was a loose delivery indeed from Clarkson again, and Colon made maximum use of it. She didn't let it slip up. It was a full toss, you can say. Oh, she made it into a full toss. She came at it, picked it up on the full, and just deposited down the leg side on the backward square leg fence, you could say, and it went all the way for 4. So at least they are staying in the hunt. The US, that is, they are staying in the hunt, and they're keeping their run rate going.
Yeah, Colon again was shimmying into the offside and just opening up the leg side. Got good connection. Start cutting away, but again straight to point.
As you mentioned earlier on, they did the homeless on Colon because she normally find that gap. They're quite easy to pick up 2 sometimes, maybe a boundary. But the West Indies think tank, they have done their homeless and they plugged the hole. They have a very strong offside field, and I mean it's working.
So again down the leg side, it's beaten wicketkeeper Sutherland, and it's gone away for 4 more. Loose stuff from the West Indies, and giving up some easy runs here. This one another badly lined delivery from Claxton right through Sutherland, and it went away for 5 wides. So not the start that Claxton and the West Indies would have wanted here.
Oh yes, Clarkson is now the 1 for 20 and she hasn't completed her second overs yet. She's 1.5, so at least she's a bit on the expensive side, but she picked up that 1 wicket which might be able to cancel off things.
Yeah, not feeling right there, Claxton, and pulling away. So just releasing that bit of pressure that Casa would have exerted in the previous over. A member of the USA team, an official, just having a closer look. A couple of pictures as well. This one cut away again. Brings the 4th over to an end. At the end of it, 31 for 1.
31 for 1 indeed, and the US are still sitting pretty, but I think the West Indies they need to pick up at least 2 more quick wickets to really push them back. But Colon is looking quite good. The US captain, she has been. You could see that she's on a pretty good batter. A pretty she picked up the line very early, and her eyesight is quite good because she deposited that one of Clarkson quite easily to defense a high full toss and made no mistake about it. So the pressure is back on the West Indies, I must say, as Casa comes into bowl.
This one clipped away leg side. This 2 could run away. Well, it's pulled up just before, by Bryce and 2 more to Dingra. A lovely outing for some of the family members of the players. There we
Correct.
see across the left-hand side.
Exactly. Yes. Yeah. I mean that is it is so important to have family support and have the extended family come over to see you play, because I sure during your club days or whatever level you played at, when your family come over to see you, then you feel much more at ease and you want to excel. There's that added incentive.
So driven in the air, up and over the offside. More runs here for Dingra. Another couple.
So Dingra is really moving along nicely for the US team, and Casa will try to deny her even pressing on, but it is turning out to be a very good run chase for the US. They are at, what is going on at 35 for 1 or for 4.2. It's not bad, quite good. So Casa comes in again.
Oh, another wide delivery from Casa. Really ruffling the feathers here, Disha Dingra of the West Indian bowlers. She's 19 from 12.
19 from 12. Pretty good indeed. 19 for 12. Her strike rate is quite good. So it means that they have to keep her quiet or maybe get rid of her. And Casa is the one who has been given that task at this time.
Again down the leg side. Back-to-back wide deliveries.
Not a good sign indeed. It means that Casa is having some problem with her line, and she'll have to make that adjustment very quickly indeed to really keep the West Indies in the hunt if they're going to win this encounter and seal the series completely.
Can't do much of that one, Dingra. Responded well there, Kanika Casa, into a second over. But the place has just cooled down a bit.
Yes.
Sun has just peeked behind a cloud.
A welcome relief to both the players and us too, because it was quite humid and quite hot indeed. But you have a Casa doing a good job. I mean, it is a job that she's really trying to keep Dingra quiet and trying all type of deliveries, and she's hitting it, she's hanging it there, her length has suffered for it a little.
Again hammering that one down on a wide, this time on the offside. So 3 wides already in the over from Casa. And USA now in total control here, 38 for 1, still inside the power play.
Exactly. I mean, it means that pretty long over. It's a long over, and the US they welcome the wides, and they'll be looking forward to extend that.
So and again played away in the air over mid-off, and it's plugged in the outfield. It's not gonna go, but another couple to Dingra.
Yeah, like I said before, Dingra is really playing well, and she's missing out on any scoring opportunities. She's now 21 from 15, and she's really laying that foundation for the US team in this run chase. Not a big total, but if the West Indies could pick up some quick wickets, then they could put the pressure back on the visitors.
So hammered away, but good fielding from Kamabach. Doctor finished the over at the end of 5. USA motoring along, 40 for 1.
Oh yes, 40 for 1, indeed. They are sitting pretty well, but I believe the West Indies captain will be also telling them to also be optimistic at the end of this 5. So at least we look forward to an intriguing contest which will unfold.
For 1 West Indies, and it is time for some spin. It will be Captain Samara Ramnath to close out the power play for West Indies, and she'll be hoping that she can get another wicket for her side.
Yes, 40 for 1, and spin has been introduced into the attack. Let's see what Ramnath can do, and she's also the captain, and I think she'll be hoping to really to really at least pick up a wicket or two in this over, as they look to peg back the US under 19 team in their run chase. They are 40 for 1 and they're looking quite good off 5 overs so far.
Spin immediately loud appeal for LBW. Not out, says umpire Maria Abbott. Two fielders on the boundary, deep mid wicket and long on. A very wide long on. A Sabi calendar. Jazara Claxton. Is it? A deep mid wicket. We did see the USA spinners extract a generous amount of turn. Ritu Singh in particular, she got the ball to spin tremendously back into the right-handers to the Sama at the end as well. That final over where she got 2 wickets. Saw lots of turn into the right-handed batter and then away from the left-handed batter. Turned away competently behind square on the leg side. Work for the fielder at deep mid wicket to do. 2 runs added to the total.
Yes, indeed. I mean, I think Ramnath, it isn't. I mean, she has bowled 3 deliveries so far. It's not a bad start. But when you in your run chase, in your run chase, when you are 42 for 1, up 6. I mean, you there's an extra confidence and extra amount of exuberancy in the camp and within your batting itself. So it is Ramnath again. She bowled to Colin, and Colin is quite well. She seemed to be very comfortable pushing that ball on the offside.
Yeah, Nika Colin is very good off the back foot. Seems to really enjoy camping out on that back foot and creating shots through the offside in particular. Unfortunately for USA today, she's picked out that fielder at backward point or cover point on a number of occasions.
Oh yes, as Ramnath comes in again. Let's see what she can do with this one. And Colin just pushes this one back straight to Ramnath, who picks up, and she's turns at the mark, and she's gonna come in again to bowl to Colin.
Chance for a catch, but it's away to the left over diving Abigail Bryce. 2 runs to end the final over. She did create an opportunity, Samara Ramnath. USA and Nika Colin, they've survived. At the end of the power play, USA 44 for 1.
Oh yes, at the end of the power play, I think this is what the USA wanted to have a good power play, a good session within the power play, and they did well because 44 for 1 in after 6 overs. It means that they are sitting pretty well because the total is not a big total, and if you can get a 44 within the power play, it means that you have done exceedingly well and just lost 1 wicket.
Yeah, certainly that scoring rate well above 7 and over. It means they only need to score just under 4 and over for the remaining of this innings if they are going to go on and draw this series level. USA, they've done well, capitalize on the power play, capitalize on the fact that only 2 fielders were allowed outside of the circle. Really put pressure on the faster bowlers in this West Indies unit.
Yes, indeed. I mean, the top batters, they really put pressure on the West Indies opening bowlers, especially Claxton. She bowled, she picked up a wicket, but she was quite expensive. And Casa, well, she did well at trying to keep things quiet, but Colin and Disha, anytime they were loose delivery, they capitalized on anything loose, anything short, anything full, they got rid of. And this is the type of batting you need when you're chasing a small total.
Nijani Kamabach, another all-spinner into the attack. Captain Ramnath has gone to Kamabach on a number of occasions. Every time West Indies is needed to peg the USA side back, these 2 bowlers in particular have done it well for West Indies.
Well, let's hope that these spinners can do what the US spinners did also. I mean, because as you mentioned before, there is something in the track for the spinners.
Nicely played through the onside with the perceived spin. Good work by Abigail Bryce. Getting off of the boundary quickly and stopping the USA batters from crossing for 2.
So that takes the total on to 44 for 1 off of 45 for 1. So it's lovely indeed. I mean, and I believe Kamabashi will be trying to extract as much spin and get some bounce from this wicket, because they need to pick up a wicket at this time. They need to push back the USA from really from sailing through on this total.
Disha Dingra on straight. She tries to run this one through the offside. Cannot make contact. Well taken by wicketkeeper Sutherland. Jamaican Kirsten Sutherland.
Oh,
Back into the side today, replacing the Korea Collymore.
Oh yes, Collymore. She's the daughter of Corey Collymore.
Yes.
Corey was quite a pretty good West Indies fast bowler, but at this time you have Sutherland, who was taking the gloves and has been doing a pretty good job, at this time, and she has been really vocal, encouraging her players.
Yeah, a few dots by West Indies, and you can hear the fielders really getting into it and supporting Nijani Kamabach.
Yeah, because at this time, at this stage of the game, you need to really get each player on alert, because this time of the game, West Indies need at least to pick up a wicket or 2.
Just a single to end the 7th. USA 46 for 1. Good first over after the power play by Kamabach. Just 2 runs from it.
Oh yes, indeed. I mean, she kept things quiet. Didn't extract too much spin or bounce from the wicket, but she kept. She kept really down, and she had been able to pull that down, and a good sign for the spinners at the top, and Claxton at this end. They should do well when it comes to having the West Indies stay in the hunt and stay in the fight to at least bring home victory in this game itself.
Yeah, USA have done well though. They've done 2 things particularly well in this game. They've really put the pressure on West Indies in those power play overs, but they've also only lost 1 wicket. Very often in this series, they've found themselves on the back foot, having lost both openers. Today, Disha Dingra has done well with the bat, her highest score in this series so far, 22 off 18 deliveries, so a very healthy strike rate. Sharp from Ramnath and pulled away well in front of square on the leg side. Could be too much work for the fielder to do. In fact, it slows up. So just 2 runs added to the total.
Yeah, that one was a bit short indeed, and the batsman gave it its full treatment. But the outfield is a bit slow. She should have been getting. She got 2 more than that. But the outfield is quite slow, and the US continues to. And you have Dingra. She's continuing to do well. She's 22 now from 18, which is quite good, and it shows that she's missing out on any scoring opportunity.
Yeah, forces a change in field. Deep mid wicket gone on the boundary on this occasion. This one off the leading edge, but down to long on.
Keep going, man, Sam. Keep going, Sam. You get it, Sam. Keep going. Keep going, Sam. Keep going, Sam.
Samara Ramnath has been miserly all series long. Loud appeal, but clearly going down the leg side. Another single, which brings up the 50 for USA. USA 50 for 1 after 7.5 overs.
Keep going, man.
Oh yes, I think they have been pleased. I mean, with how things have progressed so far, they should be pleased, because I mean they have lost just 1 wicket and they're 50 for 1. So things are going quite the way in which they planned it.
Now this is a shot we've seen very often from Anika Kolan, in particular off the pacers. This time she does it against Samara Ramnath, the right arm off spinner. There isn't a fielder at short third, so she decides to use the pace from Ramnath and run it just to the left of Abigail Bryce, a backward point. And I was surprised she hadn't done it in the initial phases of the game, when facing Clarkson in particular. Excellent cricket from USA so far. The start that they've gotten is just allowing them to play with a lot more freedom against the spinners.
Oh yes, and that is one of the advantages when you have a good start. When your openers or one of your opening batters, I mean, really get going. That is one of the luxuries that the team will enjoy, because they will enjoy the play. They will enjoy that confidence that they can chase down a total and play freely, as you rightfully point out.
Dot to end the eighth. 6 from it. USA 52 for 1.
52 for 1. I mean, you just have to take your hats off to the U.S. batters in the way in which they have approached their run chase and the victory charge. They have done well. They are 52 for 1 in the 8th over. So things are looking pretty good for them. And I think Ramnath may have a problem now, because she needs to pick up wickets, and she needs to really juggle things around, get her bowlers, juggle them around to see who will be the one who will have that golden arm to really get a wicket or two for her.
Come on, Bosch to continue. Driven nicely and exquisitely along the carpet, and it will race away into the boundary. Excellent shot from captain Anika Coleman. 4 runs for her.
Exactly, indeed. I mean, this one was tossed up, and when you have a batter who is in good form, in good nick, they don't miss out on these type of opportunities. And she caressed it all along the ground through the cover region, and it hit the fence easily, quite easily indeed.
Field remains the same, but she pulls the length right back, making it difficult for Dingra, in fact, who struck that boundary, to repeat the shot. Loud appeal, but clearly heading down the leg side once more. West Indies are desperate for a wicket.
Yeah, they need it. Like I said, they need to pick up a wicket. They need to push back things, because the USA, they're really moving along very smoothly indeed with Dingra and Colon. They're playing well and looking quite good. This is a big hit indeed from Dingra. Let's see if it's all. At least they picked up one from all that.
Yeah, poor bit of running between the two batters. Lack of communication, perhaps. Felt as though the ball was going to go all the way to the boundary. It should have been at least 2 runs.
At least 2 runs here, but I think maybe the power of the shot and the height of it should hit the boundary. It did not.
So West Indies need a wicket, and you think about the bowling options and just where they can get that wicket from. They do have 2 wrist spinners, Brianna Haricharan and Danielle Mans. Mans, of course, has not bowled in this competition so far. Someone squirted away behind point. Good running on this occasion.
Yes.
2 runs to end the over. 7 from it. At the end of 9, USA 59 for 1.
Quite good indeed. And as you mentioned, West Indies need to pick up a wicket, and Ramnath needs to be switching her bowlers around, looking to see who will be the one will come up with that magical wicket or 2 for her at this time. Because if it doesn't happen within the next 2 or 3 overs, then it could spell trouble for the West Indies on the 90s, because the US just keep on pushing along quite easily and quite nicely indeed. 59 for 1 of 9 overs.
Let's go, man.
Yeah, we just mentioned Danielle Mans. It looks like it's going to be her with the ball for the first time in this series. Or a spin of Danielle Mans. Samara Ramnath saying that she needs a wicket. It's just going to a different option, a different type of bowler. First time we'll see a spin for West Indies today.
But let's see if she will be the one that will bring them the luck.
This one just continuing with the angle in to the right-handed batter, turned away behind square on the leg side. 3 fielders in the deep square leg, deep the mid wicket, and deep long on. Long on continues to be very wide for West Indies. But good start for Mans. Good sign of control early on.
I think she will need to maintain that type of control, because it has to be very tight. Has to be very tight and give very little away, but yet she'll be on the hunt to unlock the keys for the West Indies under 19.
Extra bounce. Slight misfield by Selena Ross will allow the batters to cross for at least a single, and in fact it will be 2 runs. Samara Ramnath giving chase, something West Indies can ill afford at this stage.
Oh, yes, I must agree with you totally. At this stage of the game, you need to be very tight, and giving away the 2 runs there, it just releases the pressure, and it makes the USA, their task becomes easier and easier as they look towards that 98. So it is now 62 for 1 of 9.2 overs. So let's see what can happen if Daniela Mann will be the one to bring success for the West Indies.
Delicately played to Brianna Haricharan at short third. Good field setting by Captain Ramnath, noting that Anika Colon is very dependent on that shot whenever given room outside the off stump.
Oh yes, indeed, and they have really did their home lesson on her, so she isn't given much liberty, much room to play her favorite shots. Score is now 62 for 1 of 9.4 overs. So the US is still sitting pretty, but I think it is a tight moment for the West Indies on the 19th, and Ramnath is the one has been entrusted with the headache, and you have Mann is the one who has the ball, who will try to unlock everything for this West Indies team.
This one faster and pulled away way behind square. Too much work for the fielder running around from deep backward square to do, and it's a boundary, important boundary for USA. Pressure back on Mans.
Oh yes, indeed. You can see. I mean, these 2 batters, they're really cold, and is really capitalize on anything short, anything loose, and she's playing, and they're picking up maximum runs from all the balls that they can. So the score moves on to 66 for 1 of 9.1 overs, and well, you can see the West Indies are really up against it at this time. They're up against it as Mann comes in to bowl the cold, and the skipper, she hits this one. Just for a single indeed. So it goes up to 67, 66 or 67? 67?
Yeah, 67 for 1 USA at the end of 10 overs. We are at the halfway stage.
The halfway stage of it.
West Indies will take a much needed drinks break, perhaps a chance for them to plan and get messages maybe from their management staff. A break. West Indies will be hoping that this break will sense a collapse similar to what happened when they were behind. But USA well in control of this game, 67 for 1 at the end of 10.
I think you read the game. You are reading it right. I think this drinks break will be a very crucial moment for the West Indies team. They are going to be coming together and put their thoughts. What is the next move? Because the USA, they are sailing along very smoothly indeed.
So welcome back to Sir Frank Worrell Field here. The USA in total control of this run chase, needing 98 to win. Found themselves at the halfway stage, 67 for 1. Work to do here for the West Indies, Shakira.
Yeah, certainly. In West Indies, they would have had a chance to rehydrate and come up with different plans. They will hope at the very least they can break the partnership and mirror what USA were able to do after the water break. Remember, at this stage, West Indies, when they were batting, they were 56 for 1. Then in the end struggled, bowled out for, in fact, got up to 97 for 7. West Indies lost crucial wickets at crucial stages, and it was Najani Kamabach, in fact, who was dismissed and really signaled the collapse for West Indies. She had started well here after the power play, after the water break.
Yeah, definitely for Nijani Kamabach. She'd be looking to pick up a few here. Disha Dingra, she's been there from the start, 29 from 25. She's really taken the attack to the West Indies bowlers. Anika Colon just dropping anchor. This one, a loud appeal, and she's been given out. Just like that, right after the drinks break, a wicket has fallen. Kamabach striking, 67 for 2 now, the USA.
Yeah, first time she's gone at the stumps, Nijani Kamabach, in this over. First 2 deliveries were outside off stump. This time, it's a lot straighter, and it creates a false shot from Captain Anika Colon, who tries to turn that ball through square leg, hoping for a single. In fact, she misses the ball and loses her wicket, a judge LBW by the umpire. Crucial breakthrough for West Indies.
Yeah, crucial indeed. And right after the drinks break, Kamabach went. She was out caught right after the drinks break, and here she is picking up a wicket soon after. So she'd be happy. The West Indies would be happy. And Adetiba through the summer in at 4 for the US.
Yeah, good by West Indies. And you're the one who pointed it out well before the initial drinks break today. On either side of a drinks break, something always seems to give. Whether it is that batters lose focus or they take some time to regain that focus, who knows? But it's resulted in a wicket for West Indies. Nijani Kamabach getting the important breakthrough.
And this one is pushed up. Hesitancy here, and Ross would have shied the stumps but missing. So a dicey single to get off here for Chuda Sama.
Yeah, slight misfield by Nijani Kamabach offered on bowling. The ball just trickled away behind her. Chuda Sama intent on getting off the mark. Cross for a tricky single. Chance for Selena Ross perhaps to have come up with a run out there.
Cut away in the gap. And this is going to be 4 more to Dingra. She continues to put away those bad deliveries.
Yeah, a lot happening, but Dingra continuing the same vein. She is scoring a very healthy straight rate. Given room on this occasion by Nijani Kamabach with every fielder up on the offside, and she's able to pit the gap to perfection. Races away into the boundary. She moves on beyond 30.
Yeah, 33 from 26. It's prompted a field change now. Deep extra cover going back. There's also deep fielders at long on and deep mid wicket. Stan Claxton moving nicely around in the cover region to prevent the single at the end of 11. 72 for 2.
Yeah, you think that Dingra is the important person in this USA lineup. As we see West Indies, former West Indies international Brittany Cooper watching on alongside current West Indies off-spinner Karisma Ramarat. I'm sure she'll be happy with what she's seen from the off-spinners in this junior West Indies side. Ramarat. So Trinidad and Tobago players. Of course, West Indies senior women are in Trinidad and Tobago right now for a batting camp.
So Daniel demands to continue. Another single to the Sama.
Yeah, Daniel Imans, the young Guyanese wrist spinner, being given an opportunity for the first time in this competition. She did play a few games, but she didn't get the chance to bowl.
Taking a lot of air down the leg side, wide given. It is a difficult time for her to come on bowl, Daniel Man. She hadn't bowled over previously, and the West Indies up against it.
And of course, it's a different challenge for Captain Ramnath today. Before today, she'd been able to rely on her pacers. This time, Dingra in particular has gone after the West Indian pacers.
This one in the air. Fielder's getting under it. And in the end, just a couple of runs.
Yeah, she absolutely misjudged that one. Kanika Kassar, signaled by umpire Maria Abbott. It looked as though it should have been an easy catch, and it looked as though she settled under it quite early, Kassar, but she was too far in off the boundary in the end, and a crucial chance goes a begging. Dingra dropped on 33.
And that could prove to be a costly misjudgment from Kassar. This one again goes through Sutherland. More runs here for the US. It's going to be just one though. So West Indies creating some opportunities, but fielders not able to execute.
Come on, man. Come on.
Couple of chances gonna begging.
Yeah, certainly. And at this stage, Ramnath has to be careful who she has in certain fielding positions. Good bit of fielding by Brianna Haricharan on this occasion. Extra cover. It does look like Kassar on the boundary who misjudged that chance.
Yeah, it is Kassar, but previously we saw Calendar occupying that long on position. Calendar is at mid-wicket. So maybe a switch in personnel. Calendar, one of the safer outfielders, so too Kumambach.
And Abigail Bryce. You can't forget Bryce was excellent at long on a few games ago. This one way too straight from Mans and swept away way behind square. Work for Nijani Kumambach to do. She's able to get around. Good fielding keeps it down to 2 runs. 2 runs to end the 12th. USA 82 for 2.
Yes, USA right on the cusp of a victory here to level this series. West Indies, of course, leading this series 2-1. USA needing a victory here to level up things, and they've put themselves in a good position to do so. Just 16 more needed.
Yeah, from 8 overs as well. Required rate down at just 2 and over. So lots of time for USA to score these runs. 8 wickets in hand. Dejected looking crowd watching on, hoping that West Indies can turn things around. Perhaps praying for a miracle. Kumambach will continue. It's really good to still hear the support from West Indies fielders, led by wicketkeeper Sutherland, of course. It means they still believe. They still believe and they're still enjoying it. You want to make sure that the players are enjoying the challenge.
Yeah, I think that's a huge thing, you know, once you're enjoying a game. Kristen Sutherland, she's been very, very boisterous behind the stumps.
Attempts to punch that one, misses. To the summer, well taken by Sutherland behind the stumps. Good half by Kumambach, who's just 3 balls away from completing her spell. West Indies will be hoping for her to get a second wicket. Of course, she has 1 for 14, Kumambach.
So a bit slower, turned away. And Kassar is in the way. But this has been good from Dingra, you know. At times when you're chasing somewhat of a subpar total, you don't know how to go about it. You don't know whether to attack, whether to, you know, just play conservatively. But Dingra, she's backed her skills. An opportunity here. And able to cross through for the single. Yeah, so Dingra, she's backed her skills, she's backed herself, and she has come off good here. 39 from 30. She's really led the batting for the USA so far.
Yeah, certainly she started quite confidently, Dingra. Of course, helped by from some loose deliveries by West Indies. She was served up that high full toss, which she pulled away way behind square.
Good over from Kamaba, just a single coming from it. 83 for 2 at the end of 13.
Yeah, good spell by Najani Kamabach. 4 overs, 1 for 15. She's had a good tournament, Kamabach. She'll hope that she's done enough to keep her side in with a chance of winning this series.
And Daniel Lemans is going to continue. Oh, some lovely coconuts. Shakira, ideal thing for the weather.
Yeah, I'm sure the girls out there would love some coconut water. No, I am sure I would like it. Haven't had any since I've gone to Trinidad. No one's brought any for me. You look surprised, but you haven't brought any for me.
Strange though, I've got to get some to you, Shakira.
Yeah, I'll hold you to that.
Again down the leg side, swept away.
One night.
It's going to be one just this time.
Yeah, and Mans has a very high arm action, which makes it very difficult for her to spin the ball away from the right-handed batters. A couple of times we've seen her, the ball just continue on with the angle. I want to see leg spinners releasing the ball from a 45-degree angle. You see that the ball just carries straight on to the batters. Quite similar.
She does sort of get on the wrong foot right at the point of delivery.
Is it the wrong foot or the right foot?
The wrong foot, rather. Yeah.
It's just a double hop before she releases the ball. A double hop on that right foot.
That's something you can't coach, isn't it?
I've seen people try to coach it. She's still young, so they may be able to work on this run-up of Danielle Mans if the coaches feel as though that is something that will improve her accuracy.
In the air and in the gap as well. Slight chance. The West Indies, of course, was in the gap. Safe single.
Almost identical to what happened with Najani Kamabach.
Yeah.
It was a very short, wide delivery that Kamabach pulled away from and ended up towing to the fielder extra cover.
Drilled down the ground. End of another over. 88 for 2. USA.
USA now just 10 away from leveling the series. Well in control of this match. And it will certainly take a miracle if West Indies are going to win. Of course, USA led by Disha Dingra, who opened the batting. Dingra 41 from 33 deliveries. 1 maximum and 4 fours.
I think this 41 might be the highest score of the series so far by any batter. There's 41 unbeaten here by Disha Dingra.
Yeah, I think so. Certainly the highest for USA. But I think you're right. I think it's the highest across both sides.
Yeah.
Good display. Good way to finish. You want to finish tournaments on a high. For people tend to remember the last thing you've done. She'll be pleased with this knot, Dingra. And of course, we've spoken extensively about how these tournaments are very much about improvement. So I'm sure both coaches will be happy with the improvement, the levels of improvement they've seen from their players.
Brianna Haricharan now into the attack. Starts with a short one, bang down the ground. Good work from Kamabach. I think the work continues for the West Indies and the 19 team as they continue to build and grow towards that World Cup. And I think they've identified these core of girls to, sort of take them towards the World Cup.
Yeah, certainly. I think they, in fact, selected 20 girls to prepare for that upcoming World Cup. Of course, only 15 have remained in Trinidad and Tobago, but the other 5 have been informed. And perhaps some of the 5 that are not included in this tournament will travel to the UK in a few weeks with the West Indies team, particularly because a number of these girls have been selected for CPL teams. Remember, Women's CPL happening next month here in Trinidad and Tobago at the Brian Lara Cricket Academy. Like Johnny Kamabat selected for Royals, Samara Ramnath playing for TKR again, Claxton playing for TKR as well. So what that does is present the opportunity for a number of other girls to come into the side and for the coaches to see what those girls can do, albeit in different conditions over in the UK.
Yeah, and that too could prove to be a different challenge for some of the girls traveling. This one, a full toss, banged away. Bryce is out there. It's only going to be just a single. And I think that camp would be really, really good for some of these young girls. Get a chance to experience different conditions, work on something different.
Yeah, it's how you grow. It's how you grow as a player. It's how you learn. You learn from playing lots of games. You need competitive cricket, but also from playing in different conditions. Good tidy start by Brianna Haricharan. USA 91 for 2.
Yeah, so just 7 needed for the USA to complete a victory here. All of 30 legal deliveries in which to do it. It's been a really clinical performance by the US. Ever since they won the toss, they controlled things just after that first drinks break. And ever since then, they've remained in firm control.
Yeah, certainly the ebbs and flows of this lovely game of cricket. West Indies did seem in control during that partnership between Asabi Calendar and Nijani Kamabach. But from the time USA were able to take that second wicket of Kamabach, they regained. They haven't let it fall back into West Indies' hands just yet.
Good delivery from Mans. A bit of turn away from Chudasama. Good delivery to start her final over.
Yeah, given generous flight on that occasion, she's able to extract some turn and bounce. It did bounce quite high over the stumps. Good take by wicketkeeper Sutherland, who was asking for the stumping. Not out, says umpire Jacqueline Williams. It's good to see that Captain Ramnath and head coach Robert Samuels has decided to continue with Mans. They could have easily gone to a different bowler who had been given more opportunities before, but they've opted to give her the experience.
Yeah, and this is good on the part of all involved. Daniela Mans very young still, and she is going to learn. And of course, as you mentioned, no better time to learn than when you're involved playing.
Good movement by Haricharan at extra cover. But yeah, as much as coaches, I'm sure, would want to win these competitions, win these series, it's very much about learning, developing the team. Sometimes it becomes very difficult for coaches and captains to strike that balance. But everyone in this West Indies setup has been given an opportunity to play. Everyone has been given an opportunity to perform their role as well. We saw Trisha Harda getting a chance to bowl in that third game. Mans today. Lucille Bowman was given the opportunity to open behind in the last game. It will bode well for these youngsters in the end.
Bounce to finish the over. Just a single coming from it. So at the end of 16, 92 for 2, the US.
Yeah, good end to her spell, Danielle Mans. Just a single from her final over. 4 overs, none for 23. Decent outing. She would have been hoping for a wicket, but she showed pretty good control. All things to build on as she continues.
Having looked at all the games here, Shakira, what are some of the things that you have identified that these girls could better improve on in games coming up and looking towards the World Cup?
And the first thing that jumps out to me is the fielding. Obviously, we've seen a few catches and a few fumbles in the outfield in particular.
So on cutaway, Ramnath does well but can't prevent the single.
Yeah, Ramnath has led the way in the field for the West Indies side. She's been good all tournament long at backward point. Perhaps one of the more difficult fielding positions. Certainly they'll want to work on their fielding. Also want to work on their ability to rotate the strike, especially in the middle phase of the game.
In the air and landing just short of Ramnath. Half chance.
And just as we were bigging her up, perhaps a chance gone to begging. But certainly the understanding of the game. As the girls learn more about the game and what is required in certain situations, they will get better. Good work by Ramnath on this occasion, diving away to her left.
Somewhat redeeming herself. But I think in terms of the batting, Sabi Calendar should be the one that is going to open the batting.
Yeah, you would certainly think that. She's looked good all tournament long opening the batting. She's looked more confident in this competition as opposed to when she was opening the batting for Barbados. We will have to wait and see who her partner will be.
Yeah.
It could be Samara Ramnath, but I think a coach like Robert Samuels will also be very cognizant of just how much Ramnath has to do at such a tender age. She is the captain of the team, to ask her to open batting, bowl 4 overs.
In the end, brilliantly taken. Claxton it is at short cover, and she's pulled off a specky here. Harry Charan picking up a wicket. Chudasama gone for 11, 94 for 3 the US.
Yeah, spectacular by Jazara Claxton, diving away to her left at extra cover. Short from Brianna Haricharan, punch away off the back foot pretty firmly as well by Chudasama. A good diving catch to her left by Claxton, going to her weaker side, but she's a very agile fielder, Claxton. She's done well all series long. What a brilliant way to dismiss Chudasama. West Indies get a 3rd wicket. USA 94 for 3.
Yeah, just looking to make things a bit interesting as we head into final 3 overs. Rather, the US still needing 4 to win. But a good sharp catch from Jazara Claxton. She's one of the better fielders in this team. One of the better catchers as well.
Yeah, certainly, and as we've spoken about things that West Indies would need to work on as they build towards that on the 19th tournament, there are some very noticeable positives in this side. And of course, you can point out who are the exceptional fielders in this side. Jazara Claxton, of course, leads the way. So too the Samara Ramnath, Abigail Bryce, Nijani Kamabach. Asabi Canada has been good along the boundary edge as well. So there are lots of positives. We did speak about Asabi Canada with bat in hand. Nijani Kamabach at number 3. You would think that she would continue with that number 3 position.
Yeah.
So things to build on for West Indies. A dot to end the 17th. USA 94 for 3. Just a boundary away.
Yeah, there's certainly a lot of positives to look at from Robert Samuels and the coaching staff. There are a lot of things that we've seen happen. And we've seen transformation from game 1 all the way through up until now. Final game of this series, we've seen improvement. And I think it's a good learning curve for these girls.
And certainly, and just as we've seen improvement from West Indies, we've seen improvement from USA as well. And certainly this game is the best game they've played all series long. They've saved it for the very end. They did start off the tournament well, won that first game against West Indies, and then they look to be heading to win this final game, level the series. And they too would have been able to identify some positives. Of course, a new coaching staff for them as well. Hilton Moring at the helm for USA. He would have been able to identify Captain Colin. She's been good across the tournament with the bat, with the gloves, and her leadership as well has stood out. Medium pacers, Isani Vagela, Madhavan. And today, Lika Shetty was good as well. First opportunity with the ball, sent down consecutive maidens and got a wicket. Chudasama, of course, led the way with the ball, the off-spin of Chudasama, who has shown that she can bowl in different phases of the game. So too has vice captain Ritu Singh. So lots of positives on either side as they both build towards that on the 19 World Cup, slated to be played next year in Malaysia.
Punted down the ground. So one more here to Dingra. In fact, it's Vagela. Dingra back on strike now. She's led the way in this game, 44 from 41. 3 needed. Spin from Ramnath. This might be a bit too late now.
Yeah, just 2 needed.
2 needed, yeah.
And what Dingra has done well is she's gone all the way through the innings. Scores a level, no slight misfield. It means USA could in fact win this game and level the series. Not the ending West Indies would have wanted. Slight misfield by Selena Ross. But good batting, good display of batsmanship by Disha Dingra in particular, leading the way for USA and equaling the series. Series finishing 2 apiece. Kudos to both sides.
Yeah, excellent game played by the USA under 19s in this particular game. Led the way was Disha Dingra, who ended on 46 not out, and she certainly brought her team over the line in this one. The USA under 19s winning game 5 by 7 wickets and leveling up this series. But Shakira, certainly it's a series that we've seen played in high spirits, competitive series as well, and both teams certainly have a lot of positives to look forward to.
Yeah, certainly both sides can be proud of what they've been able to achieve all series long, finishing 2-all, and you think that that's what they deserved. Yeah, they were both very good, competitive. Of course, West Indies fighting back after losing that initial game in the series, leading the series 2-1 before that 4th game was rained out. West Indies found themselves 29 for 2 before the game was rained out. USA fought right back and completely dominated this game after the 10th over of that first innings, led by Disha Dingra with the bat for the 6th not out, but it was set up by the bowlers in particular Lika Shetty, who bowled 2 consecutive maidens. 1 for 8 she got after 3 overs. Chudasama was good as always, 2 for 15. Then it was easy for USA with the bat, especially after the start they got up beyond 40 in the power play. Completely have West Indies on the back foot. Too much for West Indies to do in the end. USA taking this final game by 7 wickets and drawing the series level.
Yeah, so excellent game here by the US. The West Indies certainly have done well, and the US have certainly done well to pull themselves back after being down 2-1 in this series to level things up. So with that, we certainly hope that you've enjoyed all of the games that we've had on show. And so from all of us here in front of the camera and behind, thank you for viewing, and look forward to your presence next time.